Today we will solve the substitution and income effect problem. We have given A is utility function x1 into में x2. Also price of good 1 is rupees 2 and price of good 2 is rupees 1 and income of consumer is rupees 40. Now suppose the price of x1 falls from rupees 2 to rupees 1. First we have to find the price change what was A's consumption bundle. Then break up the price effect into substitution and income effect. So before solving this we have to first find the demand function for good X. How do we find? There are the two methods to find the demand for good X. We know that consumer is in equilibrium when marginal rate of substitution between two goods will be equal to the slope of budget line, where MRS will be counted as marginal utility of good 1 upon marginal utility of good 2. MUX1 is derivative of utility function with respect to good 1 will be x2 and derivative of utility function with respect to good 2 will be x1. And we have given the price of good 1 will be 2 and price of good 2 will be 1. So our equilibrium condition would be x2 upon x1 will be prices of good 1 upon prices of good 2, which implies क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे x2 को इस x1 से और x1 को 2 से, तो x1 will be 2x1. Now put this function in our budget line. ठीक है, तो इसको हम पुट करेंगे अपने बजट लाइन में. What would be the budget line? Prices of 1 x1 plus prices of 2 x2 will be our income. We have given prices of good 1 is 2 x1 plus prices of 2 will be 1 into my x2 will be 40. Since x2 will be 2x1, जैसे कि हमने देखा कि x2 will be 2x1, तो हमने इसको यहाँ पे सब्स्टिट्यूट करा. सो 2x1 प्लस इसकी जगह हम रखेंगे 2x1 will be 40 and this plus this is 4x1 is equals to 40. So x1 will be 40 upon 4, which implies x1 will be 10. This is answer of our A part. Before price change, the demand for good 1 will be 10 units. Now we have to move on our second part, substitution and income effect. Now the general form of demand function in case of Cobb-Douglas utility function can be written in following standard form. This would be the general function. The first part can also be do directly by putting all this value into the demand function of good one. Like x1 p1 will be 2 and income will be 40. So the alternative way to solve this will be, the answer would be same. So x1 p1 original price and original income would be 10. This would be used further, so we mark it as equation 1. Substitution effect says that if the prices of good 2 falls, good 1 falls, then it could be demand is increased. Therefore, substitution effect is calculated by the following formula. We can write substitution effect in the shortcut SE would be demand for good one with prices of one new price and change in income minus x1 p1 into my original price and original price. Then we have given p1 dash will be rupees 1. Now we find m dash. M dash is nothing but the change in income. It can be calculated as m dash will be original income plus change in income, the income that we compensate the consumer for price fall. The change in income would be calculated as original demand for good one into my change in prices of good one. So in part first we know that x1 would be 10 and change in price would be 1, original price would be p1 dash minus p. Therefore change in m will be 10, 1 minus 2. So change in m will be minus of 10. As we know that m dash will be m plus change in m. So m dash would be 40 minus 10. Therefore m dash would be 30. Now we have all the variables that we need to find the substitution effect. So find the demand for good one with different price and different income. x1 demand for good one at new price with change in income would be, what would be the standard demand function? M dash upon में 2 prices of one new price with new income. As we know, x1 original new price would be 1 and new income would be 30. Therefore 30 upon 2 multiplied by 1, this would be 15. So x p1 dash and m dash would be 15. This would be marked as equation 2. Now substitution effect would be x p1 dash m dash minus x p m. From equation 2 and equation 1, we can substitute this value, that is 15 minus 10. So substitution effect would be 5. Now we will move on income effect. It calculates by the following formula. Income effect would be x1 new price with original income minus demand for good one with new price with change in income. Now we know this term, we have to find this term. So x1 with new price 1 and old income would be 40. Therefore m upon may 2p1 dash. Original income would be 40 and new price will be 1. So demand would be 20. That is x demand for good one with change in price and original income would be 20. Now we have all these terms. p1 dash m dash would be 15 and x1 original price with original income would be 10. So income effect would be x p1 dash with m minus x p1 dash m dash. Therefore 20 minus 15, income effect would be 5. Now price effect is the sum of income effect and substitution effect. Therefore price effect would be substitution effect plus income effect. Price effect would be 5 plus 5, so price effect would be 10. Got it? Thank you.